Now let's start taking a look at one of the basic Berimbolo options. So we've knocked him down, and now let's look to go inverted and start looking to take the back. So from here, we've gone over our options of bringing him to the mat. One option, obviously, that I said I liked best was when he steps over, I kick him forward, I rotate, and I bring him to the mat from here. Now guys, from here, we're going to have two different options. Either one works well, so we'll do both as we go along. From here, either you can continue to hold on to the collar, or once we drop to our shoulder here, we can start reaching for the belt. Either way you want to do. Just as long as we maintain and control the entire time. Obviously, we don't have a grip, it's not going to work. So from here, what the big key detail is with either grip that you make, let's say we start off with the collar here, that I make sure that I'm not just doing this, where I'm spinning and my head is far away from his hip. I want to make sure that I use this grip to pull my head towards his hip, and so it's easier for me to shoot my feet all the way across to his far hip here. I've drilled Diego for a long time, and he can attest that I've pretty much bruised my head on his hip doing this. So you don't want to do that, but we do want to make sure that we are having our head making contact with the hip here. So as I make this grip on the collar, I'm just going to start pulling in. I'm not just going to hold it here and spin. I'm going to pull, and I start bringing my head close to his hip. And you see it's easier for me to keep these hooks on his hip from here. So I'm not going to have my feet here with floppy feet. I'm not going to be too far away. I'm literally going to be hooked onto his leg. So if he ever tried scooting away and moving away, I can almost follow him with these hooks. And now from here, with my left hand, the hand that was originally controlling the ankle when I knocked him down, I'm going to start reaching for his far leg. So from here, when I do that, I don't want to reach for his ankle here. This, I feel like I don't have as much control. I see there's a lot of options where people do this, but for me, I feel much more comfortable reaching more for the hip. And even reaching almost for like the grip more by the belt loop. I feel like I have more control of him overall than I do if I control the ankle here or control the pants. So when we start looking to bring him up, to have him sit up, I want to make sure that I control more by the belt loop, more by his hip from here. And now all I'm going to look to do is I'm going to rotate slightly to my right, I'm going to face towards him, and I'm going to start bringing my feet to the mat and pulling him in towards me. And at the same time I sit up. The one thing with the basic Berimbolo is that we're not always going to end up straight on the back. There's other options that we're going to go over where I feel like we end up more directly on his back. So when we're here, we have to be able to climb. So whatever grips you make, as long as we start climbing up on his back, I like to reach for the belt with my left hand, and my right hand, I always like to reach for the back of the collar. If I can, I'm going to make a grip on the back. Just turn a little more. Make a grip on the back of the collar here, especially if we're a little low on the back here. I never want to try to establish a position being here. This is where we end up losing the back. So I always want to make sure I pull myself up towards him. And now I can get the second hook, I can get the seatbelt from here, and I'm going to be good to go. And one more time, from the De La Hiva, let's say he steps over, I kick him over, bringing his weight forward, he comes back, I knock him down. I'm already having my feet to the hips, and let's say this time now I'm holding onto the belt. So like I said, either way of you, as long as we have a grip, that's what's most important. Now from here, make sure that we really utilize this grip, that we're not wasting this grip just as like a hold, but we're actually pulling ourselves in with that grip. So from here, I have my grip on the belt. I'm not just going to spin here. See how far away my head is from his hip? I don't want this here. I want to make sure that when I have this grip and I start spinning underneath, that I'm really bringing my head to his hip. And I'm tightening him here. And now once I'm here, I switch my grip up high onto his pants. I don't like to reach too low. There will be options where we have the grab onto the pants low. But whenever I'm going for the basic Berimbolo, I'm always looking to reach more for his hip. And now from here, I'm starting to look to lean to my right, and I'm looking to bring my feet to the mat. And at the same time, using both these grips by his hip, one on the belt and one on the pants, to pull him in towards me. And now, a lot of times, like I said with the basic Berimbolo, we're not always ending up like directly on the back. So I always want to make sure I start climbing up from here. I can keep this grip, I can pull him down, and now I can start reaching for the back of his collar. And watch how I kind of just jump forward. And I make sure my chest lines along with his shoulders here. Now I can start getting my second hook. I can start getting my seatbelt, and then we're good to go from here.